Hey guys, happy Monday. Okay, so this is for writing this week. We will be making a travel article brochure. What's that? Well, it is going to be something that as the week goes on, I'll be showing more and more parts of it. So today we start part 1. Now, part 1 is the bare bones, okay? And we're going to be building and building until we get to start making it later in the week. Now, we talked about travel articles a couple weeks ago, and we got to see, some information about some different places, and we got to see some places we might like to travel to, right? Especially if you explored those sites, they're pretty cool. By the way, if you see up here on my bar, I have those sites there for a reason. I'm going to be putting those links back in, and here's what we're doing. You are going to, again, start the bare bones of your travel article. In order to do that, though, we have to first brainstorm 3 destinations we want to go to. I have provided the websites here to help with that. Now, why are we brainstorming, right? So, brainstorming can help you as writers generate ideas. Some strategies for approaching brainstorming include imagining topics you would have fun writing about. Okay. Let's see. Thinking about topics that you would enjoy learning more about, and considering topics you already know a lot about. Okay. So if you've been to a different country or a different state and you did a lot of fun things there, or you really like the history, like Mr. Herring likes the history of a lot of the South Carolina, Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama. They have some really cool history. And I could probably write a travel article about going to South Carolina. I spent some time there. It was fun. So, what we first want to do is think about where we want to write about. And for that, I have provided, again, you can talk about a country you've been to or that you would like to go to. Remember, brainstorming is topics you might enjoy. And then I have also provided the link for the United States, so you can choose states, and then you choose one. You will write your choice here. So let's say Mr. Herring wanted to write about South Carolina. If you can spell South Carolina. Okay, so my destination is South Carolina. Now I have to set a purpose. Why are we setting a purpose, you might ask? Well, a purpose is, why are we writing the article? Are we going to persuade someone to go? So I'm going to tell you all the fun things and good things about it so that you'll come. Am I going to inform you about it and see if you find it interesting? Or am I going to entertain you, tell you all the fun things you can do while you're there? And you might go, man, that sounds real fun, right? So we have to set a purpose. I think my purpose would be to persuade. Yep. And then who's my audience? Well, seeing as we're in class, my audience would probably be fellow students. Okay, so this is kind of how I would build up to this, right? I would go through here and check them out. I chose South Carolina because I've been there before, right? Now, what we're doing today, after you have chosen this is your part 1, right? But this isn't all you're doing. When we go to page 299, now I'm showing you the digital version. Don't worry, you're going to be doing this on the physical version. But on 299, you have develop an introduction. So once you have chosen your destination, now we're going to start the writing. Okay. So the reason we're doing an introduction, why do authors create travel articles? Well, it's to inform them in one way or the other about somewhere they may not have visited. And they entertain their audiences with elements of craft, such as vivid descriptions, and maybe even persuade them to travel there. So you show them all these really cool pictures, tell them about it, Describe it to them. And remember, explain that an excellent travel article, okay, it always begins with a focused introduction. And focus means it is to the point, right? Which reporters call the lead. Remember lead paragraph? You can go back and watch the video last week about lead paragraph. A clear central idea about the travel destination or place the article describes. So that's what the lead is. It is a clear central idea about the travel destination. And then basic facts about the destination and writing that interests, surprises, or otherwise hooks the reader. So remember, you set your purpose, and then that's how you get the reader in. If you're persuading them, you tell them all the cool things they can do when they get there. You can say, hey, when you arrive in South Carolina, you know the first thing you can do? You can get some really good pulled pork. That's what I did when I got to South Carolina, and it was cheap and good. See, I've already got you, right? You're hungry now, right? So, let's read this together. The introduction of a travel article is called the lead. The lead grabs readers' interest with basic facts about the destination. Important. Or the place the article describes. A focused, successful lead includes a clear central idea and is just one or two short paragraphs. Okay? Not a lot. It makes readers want to keep reading. Okay. Now that we have this idea in our minds, right? So, this graphic organizer is here to help you get ready to do our project at the end of the week, right? Like make your brochure. So, we're going to be keeping track of these as we go. This is where you're going to pull your information from, okay? So, depending on where you've chosen, you're going to use this chart to get information ready, okay? So questions answered in a lead. Who should visit? When should they visit? Remember the who, when, okay? And then you're going to answer that here. So in order to do that, wherever you've chosen, you will come here. So let's see if I can find South Carolina. And guys, you have no idea. I love South Carolina. Mr. Herring can't find South Carolina. Okay. Oh, he passed it. He's so silly. Okay. So you would come to the article. Come to the article, and you're going to read the article, right? Because there's a lot of good information in there. Now, who should visit? Is it just for kids? Is it for adults too? Do you think families would love to go? What about your grandma and grandpa? Would they love to go? These are the questions I want you to ask when you're answering, okay? Ask yourself and then answer it. When should they visit? I'll show you a really good hint here. You can open a new tab. You can type in when should I visit South Carolina. What is the best month? Okay, look at that. Oh, look at that. It tells you right there. Gives you an answer. You can actually ask that question and you can get a good answer for it. Okay, so what is special here? Where is the place and how can people get here? Why should people visit? So these are some of the important questions you want to ask yourself because, as the Mind Turn says, you're going to use this completed chart to develop and compose a travel article in your writing notebook. Now, we're not using a writing notebook for this because it's going to go on our travel brochure that we're going to take this information and complete it later on, okay? But remember, make sure you have a clear central idea about your destination. Okay, guys, I know this has been a bit of a long video, but it's so I could, explain a few things. So, things you're doing, go ahead and set your destination, purpose, and who is your audience. I'm going to provide this for you, and then you will be completing page 299 because we're going to use it as the week goes on. So shoot me a picture and let me see your explanations to answering these questions, okay? All right, guys, if you have any questions, please join me on the Zoom. I ask that you don't have to, but please get on at least once a week. If you want to get on Wednesday, that'd be a great time. Okay. Or Monday. Anytime. All right, guys?